Folks, we are back with your favorite video series here on WCBS. Today we're going to see some old stuff, some new stuff, and I've learned a little bit about how the Ollie's Toys situation actually works. So make sure you guys stay tuned through the whole video to learn about that and a whole lot more. Folks, I want to thank everybody and welcome everybody to the channel. We're past 196K. We keep on growing across the board, and you probably have seen me around other YouTube channels. So like we always say here on WCBS, 2024 is the year we take over the world. So join us on that journey. But that journey is going to, continue on. But before we get to that, today's video is brought to you by me, Jeff Hicks, and my graphic novel, Stealing Solo. And if you love Ghostbusters, be on the lookout for Wokebusters. The Kickstarter will launch at the end of this month, around the time of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. And that book is an epic. Stealing Solo asks the greatest what-if question of all time. What if a group of disgruntled Star Wars fans kidnap Harrison Ford and force him to remake Star Wars in their basement? That, and a whole lot more, is answered in Stealing Solo, a Captain's Parody. Stealing Solo has been called Laugh Out Loud Funny and the greatest Star Wars parody since Spaceballs, and it's available now for a limited time only. Go to StealingSolo.com, which is powered by Shopify, so you get the reward-winning safety and security, and get yourselves a copy today. Once we sell through this limited backstock, I'm going back to the drawing board to bring you the sequel, which parodies Luke Skywalker's fall from grace, and finally the closing chapter, which I can't wait to get to, Frankenfisher, the Bride of Solo. And yes, it's exactly what you think it is. So folks, the only way to get that is go to StealingSolo.com right now, get yourselves a copy, and enjoy the greatest Star Wars parody since Spaceballs. So we start today's journey at Ollie's. Of course we started at Ollie's because they have good stuff cheap. Though good is very subjective when it comes to some of these toys. But what they do have is new toys. And right here is a cart full of WWE Rey Mysterios. And if you're a comic book fan, Rey is dressed as Batman, so maybe, just maybe, this will entice you to go pick up an extra figure. But what I picked up were these awesome WWE superstar Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. I like wrestling, I like Hulk Hogan, I like Ric Flair, I also like toys for $3.99 each. So there's a whole cart of these here at Ollie's. I didn't buy them all. Why would I? I'm not that kind of guy. But I got a Hogan, I got a Flair, I got The Rock and Bray Wyatt, so maybe I'll start collecting this line. Let me know down in the comments what line of wrestling figures you collect. Now, nobody collects these Vice Admiral Holdo figures because they're just here on the ground on a stool. Well, Star Wars on a stool? What's the difference? They're both stool to me. Here's a card of G.I. Joe. Not a big G.I. Joe guy, but I want to represent all toy lines these days, so let me know what you collect and we'll feature all your favorites everywhere we go in retail around the world. So the Fantastic Four are cosmic superheroes. They go through time and space, but they don't go home with anybody because nobody likes them that much. Same with the Eternals. All joking aside, I understand the distribution issues with the Fantastic Four figures. Save me the comments. I already bought them full price. I feel like an asshole. So, speaking of assholes, these Star Wars figures still aren't moving. Tons of Last Jedi figures, because Rise of Skywalker didn't have a toy line, and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of Eternals, and Black Panther, and sadly Lando Calrissian. But these two Eternals figures are different. The white one costs less than the Asian one? Is that diversity? I don't know, but let's move on. These G.I. Joe figures look pretty cool. They had Cobra and a Joe guy. Sorry, that show was before my time. But I still like the toys. What I don't like is Ironheart, Black Panther Forever, or this giant stack of Shang-Chi figures. And who do we have down here? Another Vice Admiral Holdo. Man, she's popping up everywhere. The reason folks you'll never see Rose Tico is because, well, somebody sent them all to me, and I have the world's biggest collection of Rose Tico figures, not by choice. Okay, so we left Ollie's and now we're checking out another store. This is TJ Maxx. They get to some stuff, you know, just like Ollie's and Ross Dress for Less. And they had this incredible Hulk Frankenstein. Okay, it's just Frankenstein. And they had a few wrestlers. I don't think we're going to be hitting up TJ Maxx very often. Just heard some rumblings online about stuff. And tell me other stores you want us to check out as well. Maybe I'll see you out in public. Who knows? It's happened once. You know who you are. So we're getting a final look at these toys before we move on to Ross Dress for Less. Now, if you're a collector, you've been following all of this stuff for quite some time. This Ross Dress for Less has been, they're out of Marvel figures. There are no more good Marvel Legends X-Men figures. They're left with a bunch of random crap, and that's fine. Those are something worthwhile. A lot of these toys, like Funko Pops, aren't really worth much, to me at least, and a lot of collectors out there. So let's take ourselves to another store, the Disney Wall. Now, you saw the floor of this store. You saw what kind of establishment houses all these Disney merchandise products. That's very redundant. But you can see the wall is pretty full, and what's not on the shelf is on the floor. More usual offenders like the Fantastic Four line, Wonder Man, all kinds of Disney stuff. But it goes beyond Disney. Over here is something I wanted to bring of note. No, we're not going to talk about girls' toys, but I guess it's new to feature the women wrestlers in the girl aisle. Now, wrestling figures have always been kind of like a guy's thing they collect, but it doesn't matter if they're male or female. We all like the wrestlers, so they should all be together is what I'm saying. This is weird segregation. So also, too, at the end of this aisle, they had this Solo a Star Wars Story Halloween costume. Yes, from the new film. What year is it? It's 2024. That film came out in 2018. Not a new film. Now, I also noticed this. This doll's skin color doesn't match the color on the box, and I just thought to myself, this is an oddly colored Barbie doll. Now, I'm not, racist or trying to say anything mean about that. I just thought it was weird how the product doesn't look like the drawing, like that much. So over here, we also have, crap. But what is in this crap? Ah, Kenobi. This droid thing, and if you press it, it makes some sounds. I'm trying to find out where you press the foot. Oh, wow. Uh-huh. You don't say. One more time? Yeah, that's enough. Also, too, we just took another look at this Mandalorian, the child doll. These are really starting to pile up. One store had one. This store has half a dozen. I'm sure there will be more across the country. And I can't open it because it's taped shut, but it is a Grogu doll. That's the shipper it comes in. So this is really backroom retail. Now here's front room retail at Target, and here's their Star Wars section. And as you can see, it's kind of full because, well, nobody wants to pay an extra 50-cent premium for a Lando figure. Yeah, those were $24.99, now they're $25.49, and some people don't care. More people don't care about Lando. Look at how many Landos there are. Let's actually go up high. Now I can know what it's like to be a tall person and see above stuff, because life at 6'5" just isn't enough. And so Ahsoka dolls are on sale. These Book of Boba Fett things, excuse me by sale, I mean clearance. They want this shit out of their store. You can't charge $25 for an action figure and a plastic dog. Tusken Warrior and a Massive. Alright, cool. Those weren't selling. The Ahsoka dolls, these $34.99 talking figures that say like 6 lines and their lightsabers light up, nobody bought them. Disney is in the business of making Star Wars toys that people don't want. Stick to the figures and the ships. That's all we ever wanted. Throw in a playset and we'd be happy. So folks, I wanted to do something different as well, include a little Lego, because I'm excited for the X-Men. Nah, I'm not that excited for X-Men 97, I just want the opportunity to get Jim Lee Cyclops merchandise across the board. I wasn't going to pay that premium for the figure, and now I see Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Where's he at? Oh, he's down here. Look, I love the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm not paying $100 to get his Lego figure. Luckily, I have the original. So here's some other Legos, and I noticed something interesting as well. I see Ahsoka, but I mainly see 99.9% original trilogy. There's 25 years of Lego Star Wars, the Tantive 4, we have Endor, we have, what else do we have over here? We have the Battle of Yavin ceremony with random figures, but what we don't have is anything from the sequel trilogy. Hi, we even have Pregnant Padme from Episode 3, but no Rey. Hashtag where is she? Who cares? It was a failed series of films. Now, I don't ever get to talk about this, but I love Speed Racer. I have the box set on Blu-ray. I'm a huge fan of the Mach 5. I love the theme song. I can sing it forward and backwards. And, ooh, James Bond. Yeah, okay. Sorry, Speed Racer. I'm buying James Bond instead. So as you can see, the Marvel selection is pretty dry here because people are buying Marvel toys because they're based on the X-Men. What have I been saying for years? People don't buy toys based on characters they don't like, and you can't force that on them. But the X-Men figures are almost all sold out. Are you surprised? I'm not. And over at DC, everything's pretty full on the shelves, including all of these wonderful Aquaman figures, and they're all first edition too. Of course, they're Target exclusives, but they'll be at Ollie's next week, so don't worry, don't wait. Well, you can wait if you want to save 80%. They also have this Aquaman who's a first edition, but he kind of looks like Thor, so maybe you need Aquathor and regular Aquaman, who knows? Now this is another clearance store. As you can see, tons of Marvel and Star Wars stuff, and look, already, here we are, Obi-Wan, whatever the hell these are, Mission Fleet toys, and we have Obi-Wan, a droid, Darth Vader, and Reva, everyone's favorite character. 2 years ago, you were a terrible person if you didn't like her. Today, you can get her for pennies on the dollar. You see what happens, folks? Follow WCBS to realize what toys you don't have to pay full price for in the future. A lot of Spidey, a lot of random stuff. You know, cool, if you're a little kid and your parents are strapped for cash, you deserve some cool stuff too. So Spidey stuff, that's the same quality, but these are a lot of like generic, off-branded, stupid Marvel stuff. Captain America the Mech? Who wants that? I didn't as a kid, so that's where I'm coming from. As you can see, we're starting to see more of the usual offenders as well. Some old Avengers stuff is popping up. And these wrist things, they make sense for Spider-Man, not the Eternals, but maybe some kid will get this and have a good time with it. They don't fit my wrists. So here we are at another Ollie's, and we're starting to look at these full toy shelves. Wonderful. Now here's the thing I wanted to tell you guys about. I wanted to make you wait a little bit into the video, but I talked to a couple Ollie's employees organically. I don't go in and prod and ask a million questions. I'm a shadow. I'm an enigma. I'm in and out. You don't even know when I'm in the store. But the lady at the Ollie's told me what happens with these toys because they were restocking shelves. They're setting up new stuff. And she told me that when these toys do not sell, they will be clearanced out by weight. So she's seen it before with toys, and it happens frequently with books, but for example, they'll sell you a pound of books for $1. So all these Shang-Chi toys that you see in front of you that have never sold will eventually be put on clearance by weight. So eventually you can get 10 pounds of Shang-Chi figures for like $4.99. That's a hell of a deal. That's when it's valuable, because I can melt down that plastic. But it would make sense to sell this shit, and you just get the raw parts. Nobody's going to buy it Vice Admiral Holdo, so why not find some value in it? And again, these usual offenders of Wakanda Forever, Age of Apocalypse, Eternals, and Darth Vader? More Obi-Wan toys is what I'm trying to get at, folks. This is the other part of the vintage wave. They've had Obi-Wan and the guy in the Kung Lao hat, but now they got Darth Vader. And full transparency, I did buy that Darth Vader because it's Darth Vader. But I didn't buy this Shurikopter, and I never will. Here's the other section of Ollie's, and we're starting to see, you know, the usual stuff, but they have something new from Hasbro, and this was a big mistake. These are officially licensed NBA action figures. Yeah, now, starting lineup is not a new line. They've been around for a long time, but originally these were $50 when they were trying to sell them. Then they lowered the price to $30 to $40, whatever, and now they're $8 at Ollie's. Hasbro's greed got the best of them. Actually, licensing fees get the best of Hasbro. Maybe, just maybe you should figure out how to fix that. Now, I'm not a model guy, but I got pretty excited by the selection here. First off, there's a Batman 89 model kit. That is the best looking Batmobile, that is the best Batman, that is the best Batsuit, and you can get it for a decent price. I am not much of a Penelope Pitstop fan, but what I am is a huge 007 fan, and even though Diamonds Are Forever is one of my least favorite films, I had to get one of these because it's James Bond and it's on clearance, and it's silly not to at this point. So as I was leaving, I happened to see late Christmas clearance, and what's here? Mickey's Christmas Carol. Oh boy, not today. So somebody once said that Godzilla, the new one, is going to be woke because Godzilla had pink spikes. That was the worst take I've ever heard. And if you think you can't have a masculine toy that has pink on it, I give you Gambit from the X-Men. So this is Walmart, and we can see that Captain Marvel from the Marvels is still chilling on the shelves with the Wasp and other things that didn't sell, including this Siren figure that I got at at Ross for $5.99. It's still $25 here. This whole distribution cycle is so messed up. And let's zoom out to see more. Now look how full the Star Wars section is. Tons of lightsabers, tons of shit. A Holdo? This is Walmart. Also, folks, this is the #1 Walmart for theft in America, so if you want to know where I'm at, this is literally the worst Walmart in America. Google it, you'll find where I am. More than likely, somebody went across the street. Oh, Reva. She could still be on shelves. I think that somebody went to Ollie's and returned Holdo here, and that's kind of messed up. Again, Grogu was cute, liked the character, liked the Mandalorian. A little too much. In Star Wars 2, you have a million different scales. I swear if you were to just keep it vintage style, and 6-inch, and ships and playsets, no one would complain. But again, we got 12 scales of figures, 50 different lightsabers. It's too much. Too many questions. Too much crap. Now, this was cool and brand new if you're a wrestling fan or a collector. These WrestleMania shippers are starting to pop up all over the country, and WrestleMania 40 is about a month away. Come hang out with us. I'll be there. I've been going to WrestleMania every year since 2006, and you can see here they got Paul Bearer, Sami Zayn. You know what's in the line, but they have these Monday Night War figures and The Rock. I already owned The Rock. But a lot of people are trying to scalp these Monday Night Wars figures, so if you're a collector, go out now and pay retail. Nobody paid retail for this Star Trek USS Enterprise from whatever show that is, and we're back at another Ollie's. Now, this store, again, is very full of new stuff, and some of the usual offenders as well. Let's just get these out of the way. Here's more of the Rey Mysterios. You can see him dressed as Batman. We have more of the Last Jedi toys, more Shang-Chi. We have some Ric Flair starting to pop up. So this Ollie's gets new stuff, but the old stuff clogs it and chokes it. New stuff is like these Cars toys. Who cares about cars? Not I, not the kids. Lady Thor, Mysterio, all the usual offenders, and those damn Disney Infinity things, as well as the Eternals disc launchers, eternally on shelves. Here's that Marvel wall. It's slowly thinning out, kinda, maybe, sorta, not really, because it's still jam-packed with Eternals and terrible figures that nobody wants. I don't even dislike Captain Carter, but that chick ain't selling for shit. So, there you go. These potato sticks will sell before any of these toys, even though these toys will never rot. So let's go down the aisle proper. Lots of model kits, lots of Dungeons and Dragons. Another Ollie's employee told me how popular the D&D toys are for resale. So be careful, folks. If you're trying to get these, don't pay through the nose. They're like $8 at Ollie's. If you're paying $20, don't do it. Don't pay for Holdo, because nobody else wants this stack of them either, or the Wakanda Forever figures. I'm just trying to show you folks what's out there and what's not worth it. But you already knew what was worth it and what wasn't. So again, the monument of failure to Disney, Shang-Chi, love it. More Star Wars toys that don't sell, love it. The Shurikopter, hate it. Everybody hates the Shurikopter, but this is kind of cool. This is a Fortnite Snake Eyes Japanese sword, and it's kind of, let's see what it's made of. It feels cool. It's a hard plastic. It'll hurt if you get hit with it, but that'd be a lot of fun. Maybe I should get a couple for the guys for Horror Hound, and we could fight, not lightsaber duel. That'd be lame. Especially with a katana. You like Battleship Outer Space? Would you like 50 copies of Battleship Outer Space? Well, you have the opportunity. Let's see what else they got. Nerf. Okay, so this is just a section. Hasbro must have invested in Ollie's, because all Hasbro or all Ollie's is just a Hasbro receptacle. More Fortnite Nerf pistols, mini board games. Let's see what these look like, shall we? Battleships is cool. Battleships grab and go. Have you grabbed your Battleships lately? Let me know down in the comments. You sank my destroyer. Now, Monopoly Travel looks fine. There's really not a lot to comment on. It's Monopoly. You shouldn't pay that much for it. But I don't know what the hell Taboo Speak Out is. So on the way out, I caught a whole section of coloring books with some new ones added in. Solo: A Star Wars Story, coloring and activity with stickers. Let's take a look inside. So I hate this movie, but these illustrations are beautiful. You can comment, you can critique, you can tear apart the film, how Solo lost money and all that other dumb shit we've been talking about for fucking 6 years. But you'd be lying to yourself if you said this was ugly. This looks like the actors, the illustrations are beautiful. High marks for quality work. So we have the Captain Marvel sketchbook with over 30 stickers. And let's see what else we have here. Let's compare that to the... You know what? Let's not. There's Sesame Street. It's going to be better. Let's take a look in here. So we have the Captain Marvel sketchbook with our photoshopped Brie Larson head on a CGI body. Cool. Cosmic Vibes, cat stickers. And the illustrations in here aren't as good because Coulson looks like Michael Myers. So it's an auto fail. Let's just put this piece of shit away, back where it belongs, in the clearance bin. So folks, this has been another wonderful and exciting trip through Ollie's. Thank you for everybody who continues to watch these videos and make them a huge success across all platforms. Folks, if you're a WCBS fan, make sure you're watching us on Twitter, on Rumble, everywhere, because this platform that you're probably watching on has been trying to choke us to death, but we ain't going down without a fight. We're going to expand and whoop some ass and win at the end of the day. So folks, check us out everywhere we are to support us, to help us continue to grow in this global domination for quality content and entertainment for you. But let me know what you're collecting. Let me know what you want us to cover more toy-wise. As you can see in our new videos, I'm on camera more. This is a little different today because, well, it's a toy video. But we got tons and tons of collectibles at the WCBS Horde headquarters. We're going to be opening our P.O. box soon, so if you guys send anything to add to the wall, we'll be featuring it on the channel in a special stream for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. That will be available on the 14th. Tomorrow, on Sunday, we had to push it back just a day, but you'll get the Crow commentary over on Patreon. And if you're a $10 video tier member, you can watch all the movies with us. If you're a $5 tier, you can listen to the movies with us. So go to patreon.com/worldclassbs to check it out. And always, folks, get a copy of Stealing Solo. We're getting lower. We need to move more to get to the sequel. But don't worry. You want good comic books, and Wokebusters is on its way. A lot of people are excited. A lot of people are pumped, and a lot of people want to help spread the word. So if you hate all the crap that's going on with Sweet Baby or this Force DEI crap or any of this stuff that makes you roll your eyes and say, things were better a long time ago, well, Wokebusters is a book that makes fun of all the crap of today. Like the book says, they're here to save society from itself. So folks, help save society, become a Wokebuster, and get ready for the Kickstarter at the end of the month around Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. But I'm going to get out of here. It's a great day to go do some stuff. Go buy some toys. Watch some more videos. Have a good time. It doesn't matter what you do as long as you do these few things. Be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other.